A triumph for children's rights. Himachal Pradesh High Court's landmark ruling. In a landmark decision, the Himachal Pradesh High Court has delivered a resounding victory for children's rights in India. The court ruled that children born from invalid marriages are still entitled to birth registration. This ruling has profound implications for countless children across the country. It underscores the importance of a legal identity, a cornerstone of citizenship. The court's decision sends a clear message: every child deserves recognition and protection under the law. This ruling is a testament to the judiciary's commitment to upholding children's rights. Birth registration in India, a fundamental right often denied. Birth registration is a fundamental right of every child enshrined in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, to which India is a signatory. It is the official recording of a child's birth, establishing their existence in the eyes of the law. This simple act has profound consequences for a child's life, serving as the gateway to a range of rights and entitlements. A birth certificate is an essential document that allows individuals to access education, healthcare, social security benefits, and employment opportunities. It is also crucial for preventing child marriage, trafficking, and other forms of exploitation. Without a birth certificate, children are rendered invisible in the eyes of the law, making them more vulnerable to abuse and neglect. Despite the critical importance of birth registration, millions of children in India remain unregistered. This is particularly true for children from marginalized communities, those living in remote areas, and those born outside of marriage. This lack of documentation creates significant barriers for these children, perpetuating cycles of poverty and exclusion. Navigating legal complexities. The case of children born out of wedlock. Children born out of wedlock often face unique legal and social challenges in India. The legal framework surrounding marriage, divorce, and inheritance can be complex, particularly when it comes to children born outside of legally recognized unions. This complexity often results in discrimination against these children, denying them their fundamental rights. The stigma associated with children born out of wedlock often prevents parents from registering their births. They may fear social ostracism, legal repercussions, or difficulties in accessing inheritance rights for their children. This reluctance to register births has far-reaching consequences for these children, limiting their life choices and opportunities. The Himachal Pradesh High Court's ruling directly addresses this issue by affirming that the legitimacy of a child's birth should not be contingent on the validity of their parents' marriage. This landmark decision paves the way for greater inclusion and equality for all children, regardless of their circumstances of birth. Himachal Pradesh High Court's verdict, upholding the rights of the child. The ruling stemmed from a case where a child born from a void marriage sought a birth certificate. The court emphasized the welfare of the child should be paramount. Denying birth registration based on parents' marriage status violates fundamental rights. This ruling sets a precedent for other courts across India. The verdict is a reminder that the law should protect the vulnerable. Section 5. The Constitution and the Child Safeguarding Rights, Ensuring Equality. The Indian Constitution provides a robust framework for the protection of children's rights. Article 14 guarantees equality before the law, while Article 15 prohibits discrimination on any ground, including birth. Article 21 guarantees the right to life and personal liberty, which has been interpreted by the Supreme Court to include the right to a dignified life. The Constitution also places a responsibility on the state to ensure the well-being of children. Article 39F directs the state to ensure that children are given opportunities and facilities to develop in a healthy manner and in conditions of freedom and dignity. These constitutional provisions provide a strong legal basis for upholding the rights of all children, including those born out of wedlock. The Himachal Pradesh High Court's ruling aligns with these constitutional principles, emphasizing that the right to birth registration is an integral part of a child's right to identity, dignity, and equality. This decision reinforces the judiciary's commitment to upholding the spirit of the Constitution and ensuring that its protections reach every citizen. Section 6. Beyond the courtroom. The far-reaching impact of the ruling. The impact of the Himachal Pradesh High Court's ruling extends far beyond the immediate case. This landmark decision has the potential to influence legal discourse and policy decisions related to children's rights across India. It sets a precedent for other high courts and lower courts to follow, potentially leading to greater uniformity in the application of the law. This ruling could also prompt a review of existing laws and regulations related to birth registration, marriage, and inheritance. It highlights the need for a more progressive and inclusive legal framework that recognizes the rights of all children, regardless of their parents' marital status. Furthermore, the judgment serves as a powerful advocacy tool for civil society organizations and children's rights activists. It strengthens their efforts to push for comprehensive legal reforms that ensure the well-being and protection of all children. Section 7. A call for action strengthening birth registration systems nationwide. The Himachal Pradesh High Court's ruling is a crucial step towards ensuring the right to identity for all children in India. However, judicial pronouncements alone are not enough. There is an urgent need for concerted action from the government, civil society, and communities to strengthen birth registration systems across the country. This includes simplifying the registration process, raising awareness about the importance of birth registration, and addressing the socioeconomic barriers that prevent marginalized communities from accessing this fundamental right. It also requires tackling the stigma associated with children born out of wedlock and promoting a culture of inclusivity and acceptance. By working together, we can create a system where every child's birth is registered, their existence recognized, and their rights protected. Section 8. Towards a brighter future. Ensuring every child's right to identity. The Himachal Pradesh High Court's ruling is a beacon of hope for a future where every child in India is guaranteed their right to an identity. It is a reminder that the law can be a powerful tool for social change and that the judiciary has a crucial role to play in protecting the rights of the most vulnerable. This landmark decision should serve as a catalyst for greater awareness, advocacy, and action to ensure that birth registration becomes a reality for every child. It is an opportunity to build a more just and equitable society where every child is valued, respected, and given the opportunity to reach their full potential. By upholding the rights of children born out of wedlock, the Himachal Pradesh High Court has taken a significant step towards creating a more inclusive and compassionate society for all. Section 9. Conclusion. A victory for justice and equality. The Himachal Pradesh High Court's ruling is a victory for justice and equality. It reaffirms the right of every child to a legal identity. This decision paves the way for a more inclusive society. The court has set a powerful precedent. The law should protect the vulnerable, not perpetuate discrimination. This ruling shows the judiciary's role in safeguarding rights. This victory is just the beginning. It calls for action to ensure every child's right to identity and dignity. Only then can we achieve justice and equality for all.